news coming in. This is CNN News 18 mega exclusive. The intelligence assessment note on the Pakistan-Saudi defense agreement. The Saudi-Pakistan Defense Pact, now as per top intelligence sources, shows that it's more than hedging than anything concrete. Riyadh is recalibrating its security equation beyond the US guarantees and moving towards Pakistan's manpower, nuclear credibility, as well as combat experience, is the understanding inside Riyadh when it comes to signing this agreement with Pakistan. Riyadh also is sending a message to both Iran and Turkey about Saudi Arabia's leadership in the Islamic world. This agreement will position Islamabad as a strategic partner beyond the IMF dependence. The main idea is also to gain Pakistan's lost clout in the OIC after the exit of Imran Khan. For India, this is an alarm because though the pact will not be officially termed as anti-India, the optics of Shehbaz Sharif's unprecedented royal reception suggest a Saudi attempt to revive the Islamic bloc, positioning against New Delhi. At the same time, this also shows a strategic shift given the fact that Israel is able to unilaterally launch attacks on big Islamic powers in the Middle East. So which is why the Islamic bloc is trying to shift to a position where it doesn't have to depend on US guarantees of security. That is the big development that's coming in when it comes to the strategic front surrounding the Middle East in the wake of the Doha strike coming in from Israel, where Israel targeted the political leadership of Hamas. And as per top intelligence sources, India needs to wait and watch as to how this thing develops. But beyond the optics of what has happened between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, Saudi Arabia clearly seems to be pushing its weight when it comes to gaining a leadership position in the Islamic world, sending the message to both Iran as well as Turkey, but at the same time also trying to shift its strategic interests away from US dependence. Siddhant is back with us on the broadcast. So Siddhant, clearly this was something that was expected after that strike in Doha by the Israeli forces, that message being sent across the Middle East that you can't depend on US security guarantees.
Well, that's right, Ayushman. In fact, definitely one view is that it's a setback to India's foreign policy because given in the last 6 years, India has very successfully outmaneuvered Pakistan in Gulf. But this is perhaps a testament to the fact that Pakistan slowly and steadily is again trying to re-enter the Gulf, the politics of Gulf. So there's definitely this view which is coming in at this point in time. In fact, the opposition parties are also talking about it. But having said that, it's also very important to understand the context of this particular agreement being signed between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. This agreement has come right after Israeli strike in Doha and right after the Islamic Arab Summit in Doha. So now what Pakistan is doing, that Pakistan is coming up with an idea of Islamic NATO kind of a setup, perhaps definitely which America is not going to approve at this point in time. But so far, America has been the sole guarantor of the security to the Gulf countries. Pakistan indeed has been assisting the Gulf countries in building their military capabilities, helping them train their armies. In fact, there is always a permanent presence of Pakistani army in Saudi Arabia. So that has always been the case. But this particular agreement, perhaps, how to look at it, more of a symbolism than by substance, because strategic are also that this has moved with pulling Pakistan army into against Houthi groups and also in a nuclear insurance. Perhaps Arabia has looked for a long time. Now Saudi Arabia has a risk to sign agreement Israeli Doha. Many experts also telling that this has happened after American consent because right after agreement between the two countries, CENTCOM chief on Saudi minister.
Right.
So he also said this all has happened with America's consent. And since America also had developed administration.
Right. Thank you, Siddhant, for decoding that for us. So that is the latest that's coming in on the strategic front.
Network 18 decimates Times Internet with over 6 times more unique users on social media. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks. Way ahead of the times.